So before we start anything, I want to make a quick disclaimer that I actually planned to put another video out a little bit earlier. However, according to my standards, I lost my composure and I want to keep it as professional as I can. So that's why I haven't put anything up in a while. However, if I ever want to get an interview with CNN, I have the video that I'm going to use. Okay, so today we're going to be talking a bit about the lockdown. We're going to talk a bit about Joe Biden. We're going to talk a little bit about how this virus has become officially political. It was political before this, but now it is officially political. So the first thing I actually want to start off with is the fact that this virus has now officially become political. So the U.S. divided up into red, purple, and blue states. Now, the red and purple states have actually started to open things back up. You've got places like Texas, and you've got places like Florida that are actually starting to open up. Here in New Hampshire, we have a Republican governor who is actually making us continue the lockdown, is going to require us to wear masks. So we are still a blue state despite having a Republican governor. In the blue states, however, they are continuing their lockdown, and they are having the police enforce social distancing to a ridiculous extent. So some of the things that we have had in the past is, in California, we had dump trucks dumping sand into skate parks so people don't gather there. In New York, Chris Cuomo has droids that came from China going into back alleys behind stores and into your backyard. In addition to that, a father and mother, separate events, have been arrested for bringing their children to playgrounds. And the final thing was that a couple was arrested for violating social distancing. A couple. Great. I don't know why I'm smiling at that. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. That's nothing that's funny. I don't really know what else to say about that. Because here's the thing. The authoritarians are enjoying being authoritarians right now. And I don't know why the police are so keen on heavily enforcing this. Okay, we had the mayor of Chicago going off, saying that you will be detained and arrested for violating social distancing because you have the chance of killing somebody if you get too close to them. That actually leads me into my next point that I want to talk about, which is how the blue states now have these humanitarians. However, before we get to that point, I would like to read a couple of things from this document right here. It is the Bill of Rights, and I'm actually going to read the First Amendment in its entirety. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people to peacefully to assemble and to petition government for a redress of grievances. So, we all know what the First Amendment is. It's the freedom of speech, and it's the freedom of the press, it's the freedom of religion. The part that I didn't even know was the freedom to peacefully assemble. Now, that's what these protesters are out here doing. They are peacefully protesting, and they're holding up signs saying that they would like to eat. They would like to eat. So, these are pretty peaceful protests. And even if you're not talking about protests, which, by the way, part of being able to protest something means that the police shouldn't use violent force unless necessary. But even if you're not talking about a protest, it says that you are allowed to peacefully assemble. I don't understand what's so unpeaceful about families going to parks and playgrounds. I don't understand what's going on with that. The next amendment that I would like to go over is the Fourth Amendment, and I will not read it in its entirety. I will read a majority of it, however. The right of the people to secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue. So the thing that I want to talk about there is this Chris Cuomo and the droids from China thing. First of all, you should not be trusting anything that comes from China. And apparently you can't even trust the World Health Organization anymore. But anyway, the reason that I don't want my backyard being surveillance is because I don't want them going down this slippery slope where now they can put cameras in my house. And yeah, it's only the backyard, and I know it's like, what are you doing back there? But guess what? It's my property, and that's being searched without a warrant, without any form of my consent, and even without any of my knowledge. So when people say that our rights are being infringed on at this point in time, this is why they are saying that. There are two amendments that are very clearly being violated by these blue states that say that they are now humanitarians. But without further ado, here we go. So as I said before, we have blue states that are now claiming that their government officials are now humanitarians. Like I said, the mayor of Chicago, she's gone on tape saying that you will be arrested because you have a chance of killing people. You have Chris Cuomo going on and defending the drones that came from China by saying that if this can save one life, which it won't, by the way, so they're humanitarians now, right? Well, no. Here's the thing. If you support Planned Parenthood, you're not a humanitarian. The blue states do not give a damn about saving lives. I will say that much. And I know that's a little harsh. I know it's authoritarian and might be a little fascist, but it's true. Okay? There have been millions of unborn children that have been killed since 1973. And where's the if we can only save one life? Now, Howie, you might ask, why are these things related in any way, shape, or form? So I'll tell you. When people aren't wearing masks in public, and these governors are coming down on us for not doing it, they are saying that we are willing to kill people for convenience purposes. Which is not true, first of all. And second, can I just throw it out there that I don't get within 6 feet of a stranger in public in general? I think that's a pretty good rule of thumb, is that you generally don't get close to someone you don't know. But anyway, yes, we have the potential to kill someone out of convenience. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like abortion to me. And the difference is that I'm not killing somebody out of my convenience when I don't wear a mask in public. I'm not wearing a mask in public because I'm not worried about the people around me because they are far more than 6 feet apart from me. I am not more than 6 feet apart from them. I am not sick. I am not showing any symptoms. I'm not worried about catching it myself. I'm not worried about giving it to them. We are both taking reasonable measures. So that's why the left thinks that they're a bunch of humanitarians now when they're not. As I said, they don't give a damn about saving lives. As harsh as it sounds, there is proof to back it up. The last point that I want to talk about is Joe Biden. Now, I'm not somebody who gets triggered over things. That's a very left thing to do, honestly. So I don't really know why they want to take away our guns if they love getting triggered so much. I had to throw a joke in there at some point because this is getting pretty real. But there isn't something that tilts me quite like what Joe Biden said the other night. So he talked about how Trump wasn't about doing protective measures in the beginning, and now he wants justice to be done. Joe Biden, the person who is under harassment allegations that have 3 witnesses saying that he did do those harassing, and he wants justice. And Pelosi wants to be his VP, so she's obviously rooting for him. Now, if she doesn't get it, then she might go on the side of this other girl, but I don't think that's going to happen. And it tilts me for the reason that I just said, alright? Joe Biden wants justice, when there should be justice done to him and he should be in jail. Although, I think it's alright, I guess, that justice isn't served to the Congress, because we wouldn't have a Congress because they would be all in jail. But to say that you want justice to be served, when your party is the party who tried to ruin Kavanaugh's life without any evidence to back it up, you said it was an allegation, so he probably did it. And now you look the other way with 4 people attesting to the same thing. The woman herself and the 3 witnesses. I don't understand how you can look the other way on that. Of course, Joe Biden's a Democrat. The interesting thing here is the woman is also a Democrat. So, you would really think that they would be backing her up, but nope. So, just disgusting and horrible stuff from the Democrat nomination winner. I don't know what to say about that, honestly. But I think this video has been pretty real so far. So, there is something that I can be happy about. I'm almost done with finals, so I can go back to my apartment and enjoy the summer after this week. So, yay, there's that. But I hope you guys stay safe, and if you're going to protest, do so peacefully. Because, let's face it, you're probably going to get arrested anyway, but do it peacefully. Be the bigger person. And remember, tell them that you want to eat. Because people have to eat. I know they don't understand that, but people have to eat. Thank you.